Late heartbreak here for Merstham at the Hybrid Fitness Stadium, as Sittingbourne run off with a 1-0 win. I've been joined by the manager, Reid. Tony, thanks for joining us. Again, we're standing here a week later from last week as well. What for you? What was the most disappointing aspect of today's result?
Set piece. You don't tell a man when the ball's in play that he's your man. You don't change a player's number in a set piece. It's criminal. And that's what happened. From their corner, someone decided to say that's your man. Oh, sorry, their free kick. Or he's the smallest man, the number 2, out of Lewis and Oaksey. They swap people. You just can't do that. And that's the key moment of doing that. Because I'm looking at a player, he's walking towards and he's looking around, and another player's walking towards him. Plays our mark. We said it from the start. The player you pick up, whether it's a corner or a set piece, it's your man for the rest of the game. So it's beyond belief how that happened, seriously. And yeah, that's a hard one to swallow.
Was there a little bit of an inquest going on about that in the changing room afterwards, maybe?
To be fair to Oaksey, he held his hands up, but apologies, and doesn't get you 3 points, does it? That's the difference, or it doesn't get you a point, which those are the final margins, you know. So as much as you hold your hands up, it's gone, it's happened, and I'm coming off with 3 points, nothing.
Yeah, no, of course I understand that. What was the game plan coming in for this one? Because I think most Merstham fans it would be fair to say that our goal lived a bit of a charmed life in the first half. They created quite a few chances, and there was also some individual mistakes as well, which you're obviously going to need to iron out. You were gifting possession away deep inside our own half, for example. What was kind of the game plan?
Was you in the change rooms?
I did hear some loud voices at half time, but I didn't hear what was said though.
And again, the game plan is being a bit more direct and being a bit more composed on the ball. And we're telling them in the final third, you know, play football, but I'm not going to, you know, out players out, but, you know, if you've got midfield being overrun and not being composed on the ball and, you know, wanting a man up your arse, pardon the pun, you know, and playing tight pockets, then it's going to be difficult. But as you saw yourself, you know, we started to get a bit overrun in there because we're the wrong side of a man. But believe it or not, on Thursday, we worked tirelessly for about an hour and a bit about our shape, about possession, in and out of possession, and we worked on crossing and shooting, you know, and it's beyond belief. If you want to be direct, stop clipping the ball. Okay, then the ball goes to Corey, he does well, but we're 40 yards away from him,
yeah.
You know, and that's my problem. So it's not the formation, it's the players. So if the players can't do it, unfortunately, I have to go and get that quality. And I have to be brutally honest, because I'm saying this and I'm having this conversation with you again, time and time again, so something needs to change. I'm trusting the players. Everybody thinks, you know, we have got good players, but they're not just doing it. And the ownership comes back to myself. So if I'm picking a team and then you see the size of the squad and a lot of boys are out, then everyone's got a right to moan and think, well, I should be playing. But let's be real, you know, end product is an end product. And if none of them giving me that end product, then I've got a problem. And that's what I saw today all over the park. We win the ball back, we give it back to them. We win the ball back, we give it back to them. Yeah. We play in yellow and black, you know, pass to the man in the same colour shirt as yourself. Be brave, you know, we set for a reason. And I saw in the first half, and this just capitalised anything I say. My left winger, he's over that side, but he's come over here for a throw-in. Like, hold your shape and your discipline. And if you can't take on information, I do have a serious problem with that. And I'm finding that all over the pitch at this moment in time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it must be very frustrating if you say, like you say, you worked on crossing and shooting for a long time in training, but then not to see it replicated. Obviously, the opponent are never going to give you time and space to replicate exactly those scenarios. But it did seem that both Lewis and Josh on either side really struggled to get into the game this afternoon.
There you have it. You know, you took the words out of my mouth. But saying that, you know, if you've got a back line that's sitting too deep, that's an 8-yard gap, you know, and then you're inviting pressure on. When you saw the back line up, you saw have a bit more joy. And it's just being repetitive with it. But again, they got the tendency before the goal and we're conceding silly free kicks in our half, and it's pointless. Why? Because we're the wrong side of the man again. You know, we're chasing the player instead of coming onto the player. So, again, you know, this time I'm not taking ownership, but the players going to have to own up to this one, because I wouldn't mind if we didn't work on it. We worked on it on Thursday, so it should be fresh in their mind.
Sure. Were you aware that Sittingbourne score quite a lot of late goals? I was just looking at their results last night, and they score quite late, sort of 85th, 86th minute. Was that something that you highlighted, and the fact that we gave away a free kick in that position?
We're trying to stay compact, and we called out the times that he was coming to, and we're saying, be compact, be compact. But again, we didn't, and that just pivotalises what happened with a goal. You know, you can't swap mans in the middle of a game. Unfortunately, as much as you can scream from there, you know, while the game's going on, I can't physically run onto the pitch and turn you around and say, just stick to your man.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Could you give us an update on Ruben? Obviously, he came off in the second half with a bit of a knock.
Ruben's got a twinge in his back. I'm not quite too sure what it is. I'm not quite sure in depth, but I know he done that a few weeks ago. And I think for Ruben, he just needs to get some massages in, and he needs to heal himself. And I think he's forcing himself as well. And again, all the lads that are carrying little niggles, got to be honest, because you're not going to kill yourself, you're just going to kill the team.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so it's nothing too serious then.
No.
Okay. Good. You've got a few days off now, and then we've got a cup game against South Park before another league game the following weekend. Are you going to use that to maybe chop and change again and see if there's some new faces that might be able to come in, or are you going to try and stick with this group and see what you can create with that?
I want to stick with this group, but we do need quality. You know, if I'll be honest with you, we do need probably someone that can just marshal that centre midfield, you know, not get caught the wrong side, just to be a boss, you know, a commanding midfielder that is a bit bossy in there, and I think I'm lacking that at the moment. So, listen, I've got a week to make phone calls again.
I thought you said Boosie then. I was like, is Glenn going to strap his boots on?
I should strap his boots on, and you'd be amazed if me and Boosie strapped our boots on. It'd be embarrassing.
We're still fully behind you, boss.
Thank you.
All right, good luck for next week, but yeah,
Thank you.
just take care.